Hey guys, so today I wanted to come on here and do a really quick review of Cinderose by Boy Smells. This is another Boy Smells candle. I talked a lot about how the Boy Smells candles kind of perform and stuff in my review of Slow Burn, which was the Casey Musgraves candle. I really like Boy Smells, but they are a different kind of candle than I usually review on this channel. They're more like a designer kind of candle, and it's just a different experience. So these are coconut and beeswax. The wax is really soft and really sticky. They take a long time to pull out the first time, and they do have a tendency to tunnel. But like I said in my Casey Musgraves video, that's been the case for me with every like designer candle that I've ever had. I don't know what it is, but that's just kind of how they are. These are definitely like, you know, a niche kind of luxury candle. They're not like your everyday candle. I certainly do not burn these like I would burn like a Bath & Body Works candle or Goose Creek or something like that. They're expensive and they're more like bougie, like designer candles. But Boy Smells has some really amazing scents. The Slow Burn one by Casey Musgraves is my favorite, but I do have some other ones to review. Today I wanted to review Cinderose. So these are 8.5 ounces. They're $34. They do have 10% off your first order if it is your first time with Boy Smells. So the jars are really nice. These wicks, you can see in there, they have a tendency to soot. Because the wicks are cotton braided and they do mushroom, you really have to trim them. But interestingly enough, I've never really had much of a problem with them like sooting outside of like the soot that gets in the candle. I know that sounds weird, but they don't really soot to the point where it like gets on the walls. But I will say that the throw on these candles is really good from my experience. This one has a super strong throw. This one in Slow Burn, so strong. Probably like a 7, maybe even an 8 with this candle. It's very strong. These don't have lids and you can definitely smell this in a room when it's not lit. The scent lingers. After you put the candle out, the scent lingers for hours. So I will say that they are very scented and they do have really good throw. So what does Cinderose smell like? I would describe Cinderose as like a gothic rose. Definitely rose based, but it's a very weird and dark rose. So when I smell this, I smell a very damp, very dark rose. The notes on Cinderose are rose, tuberose, oak moss, and smoke. So this isn't super smoky. I would say there are definitely smokier candles from Boy Smells, but it is dark. The rose is very damp. It almost smells like being outside and the rose is in a wet forest. You definitely also smell that oak moss, and this is another one, like many Boy Smells candles, that I say smells like a niche perfume. If I could compare this one to a perfume, I would probably compare it to Nirvana Rose by Elizabeth and James. That is also a gothic rose. It does not smell identical to this, but there are some similarities. This one is more damp. The rose is actually very realistic and very pretty, but there's a dampness and there's a darkness that makes it smell very strange, but in a good way. Again, I would describe this as gothic. It's very dark and spooky flowers, if you will. The most prominent note is definitely the rose, but it's definitely not a true rose scent. If you hate rose, I would stay away from this. Also, if you don't like things that smell a little bit weird, I would stay away from this one too. Mostly I get dampness from it. That could be the oak moss, and I think it's also because the rose in this is a watery rose. It's not a jammy rose, it's not a green rose, it's a watery true rose. There's a little bit of smoke in this. I think it honestly could have done with more smoke, but it's not a particularly smoky candle to my nose. I'm somebody who really likes smoky candles, so if you smell something like Ash from Boy Smells or Witch's Cauldron from Kringle, this is not smoky in comparison to those candles, but it is a little bit smoky. I think it's a really interesting and unique scent. I think if you're into the gothic stuff, you would probably like this. If you like roses, you would probably like this, but only if you like them a little bit unusual. So I have other Boy Smells candles to review. Also, Bath & Body Works right now finally got a candle sale. I had some gift cards and I got a good amount of candles. I'm going to probably do a haul and I'll review all of them. Happy Halloween. Happy almost November. I know a lot of you are already in Christmas mode, which I respect you. So hopefully I'll be able to upload some of that next week. And hopefully the sun comes out. It has been so miserable. I want the sun to come out. Hopefully the lighting will be better. Also, I have a booktube channel now. I don't think anybody here is interested in that, but on the off chance that there's somebody here who likes booktube channels, I have a booktube channel, so I will link it down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.